In this video, I want to talk about colliding jokers, and I'm going to focus in on the rendering of the character of the Joker uh, in uh, in its two most famous iterations, and two most revered, properly revered iterations. And that is the Joaquin Phoenix Joker in the movie Joker from 2019, which of course I've discussed before, and I'm a big Joker fanboy, and you can roast me for that all you want. I don't care. I still love it. Um, and compared with Heath Ledger's legendary performance as the Joker in the 2008 movie The Dark Knight. Now I'm not going to be considering Jack Nicholson's Joker from 1989, the 1989 movie Batman. I will not be considering the most scoffed at version of Joker, Jordan Catalano's Joker from Suicide Squad. And I'm not even going to be considering the Joker. I'm the Joker, baby, Joker. Even though he is a dark horse among many Joker enthusiasts, but only the two iterations that I just mentioned, the Joaquin Phoenix iteration of Joker, and the Heath Ledger iteration of the same. So what I find most interesting about these two performances is that they are almost entirely clashing in their orientation, in their presentation of the character Joker. Do we call him Joker or the Joker? Right? That's a question that I guess I'll just resolve here by being capricious and using the article where it seems to feel right, and not using the article where it seems not to feel right. Of course, in the movie Joker, he's never referred to as the Joker. He's just Joker. And the movie title is just Joker. So anyhow, the clashing orientation is the most striking thing. Now, I know, like, there are people who consider it, or at least I've heard at least a couple of people, and maybe it's not widespread. I hope it's not widespread. But I guess there are people who are like, it's like one or the other. You're either a Ledger guy, Heath Ledger Joker guy, or a Joaquin Phoenix Joker guy. I think they're both great renderings of the Joker, or of Joker. But they come almost from entirely different, like I said, orientations, or an entirely different presentation, understanding of the character of Joker. By the way, I'm not a big comic book person. I'm not a big superhero person. But like many, I think I am fascinated by the character of Joker for reasons. So when what we have in The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger is with Heath Ledger performing as Joker in what would prove to be his final role ever. What we find in that performance is we find a character who really has no past, or his past is entirely shrouded in mystery, and to him it's completely insignificant. He tells different stories about his past, about how he got his scars, and in those stories, with those different tellings of how he got his scars, i.e., how he came to be the way that he is, he's pretty much mocking the notion of his character being psychoanalyzed, or his character being looked at as having any kind of arc. He just he is the way he is, and there's some reason for it. There's some reason why he became the way that he is, but the movie, in the case of the movie, the movie's presentation of his character, he is what I think Christopher Nolan called an absolute character. He doesn't change. Again, he has no arc. That's an overused word. That's why I've put it in quotation marks and sort of subtly mocked it. But at the same time, it's a word that I think has some use, so that's why I'm using it. So he's fully formed already, and what he's fully formed as is just this this living prototype or analog of nihilism, of somebody who or nihilism is part of it, chaos is part of it, just a deep cynicism. Someone who believes that there's no good in mankind, and like he tells Batman at one point, these civilized people, if left to their own devices, that they would eat each other, and so he has this kind of understanding of humanity, and he wants to foster or bring about chaos, bring about disruption, just almost for its own sake, or because he wants to send a message to the world, which is that he has this understanding that people are just rotten at the core, that they are, if they claim not to be rotten, they are hypocritical. They are just so whether they're criminals who have this this desire to be powerful, or to this greedy kind of orientation where they want to be rich and have a lot of stuff, or if with people who say that they're law-abiding or represent the law, they're whoever they are, deep down underneath it all, they are rotten. They are hypocritical. They're animals who will eat each other. And Joker seems to just take delight in bringing this about, making this sort of thing happen. Showing forth the cultural rot that's there. That seems to be what animates him. What that seems to be the perverse joy that he takes from everything around him, from everything that he does. It's all with that kind of motivation in mind. There's a real cathartic, for the viewer. There's this feeling of catharsis in seeing the Joker, because he is the Joker in this movie, in seeing the Joker just go around and say things that he, say whatever he feels like saying, just he enters a scene and he becomes the center of attention, and he's not afraid of anybody or anything, there's a real, he radiates this kind of, uh, I would call it a kind of freedom, just because he's somebody who's completely untethered. Um, and there's an appeal to that for the viewer. I remember when I saw The Dark Knight, my favorite scenes were the ones that the Joker appeared in. Every single scene that he appeared in, it was like, whoa, now we're cooking. There were some parts of the movie that were kind of slow, and it's not a perfect movie at all by any stretch. I think it's a very good movie, but it's not a perfect movie. But whenever the Joker enters the picture and whenever he starts talking, you're riveted. I'm not usually the type of person who's into the, who roots for the bad guy. Or there are only a couple of examples of that. I know that there are people who sympathize with the villain, and or who think it's cool to sympathize with the villain. I'm a mostly lawful good in my orientation, but there are a couple of exceptions to that, and this is one of them. Heath Ledger's version of the Joker. So anyway, the whole idea of him having a background, of him being motivated by trauma from his past, is something that he just laughs at. The whole notion that he was made this way, he became this way because of something that he had to endure. Maybe it's true, maybe it isn't, but in any case, he doesn't care, and the movie doesn't particularly care. The movie just wants us to see him as this static kind of archetype. This archetype of anarchy and deeply held cynicism, and somebody who's just loyal to the cause of fomenting chaos for chaos's sake. So that's his orientation, his ideology. So I think I'm going to end this video. I was going to go into. I was going to compare, or rather contrast, Heath Ledger's Joker with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. But I think I'm going to break this up into two separate videos, because I was a little more verbose than I thought I was going to be, and I don't want to. I don't want this to be super long. I want it to be more bite-sized. So in conclusion, the Heath Ledger version of the Joker is one side of the spectrum, and yet it's entirely the opposite of what comes along a few years later in the movie starring Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker, or as Joker. No article, but I will get into that in the next video. Thanks for watching.